despite the politics.
As Professor Chao mentioned, that is, that what is their identity, how they identify themselves. When they make the borderline, and I interview one community that is their current as well. What did they tell me is that, that we've been here for more than 100 years, maybe 1,000 years, and our relative in Myanmar, our relative in Thailand, and we are nobody because we cannot belong to any country. There is reflect the feeling, but I don't know how to explain in terms of the feeling. That is their feeling, that we are nobody because we are not Thai, we are not Myanmar, but our relatives still there in Myanmar, and our relatives still there in Thailand. The current, that is along.
对，它是缅北啊，
分布在
north of the
泰缅，
都有。
还有很多的教科
So where they locate.
They locate.
The ethnic group actually spread over.
Yeah. And
它研究课本，它的论文是研究课本。
A similar situation also happens to Khmer Krom. Our student from Vietnam said that the Khmer, they actually occupied the place for thousands of years. Originally with like Gandhi's with aristocracy background, but then they were merged or put into this Indochina and colonized by Ainan, the middle part of Vietnam. But then after this Sino, the Vietnam War and so on, so the Khmer in Vietnam were regarded as the lowest class, or they were even driven or massacred. So there's still a huge population of those people, but also Vietnamese in Cambodia. So this is very interesting, tricky issue for citizenship.
yes, because this one is happening also. It's happening when the Thai and the Myanmar side they make the NV national verification, and that those who living along the border they came to Thailand to be the migrant workers in Thailand, and they want to get the national verification from the Myanmar side. No one recognized them as the Myanmar citizen, and also they cannot be Thai citizen. They suffer a lot from
So
this situation.
Karen spread over Myanmar,
Laos, and Thailand.
and Laos.
So to your question, actually that depends. For example, in China, we know in China actually is a multinational country, right? Even though the minority probably just less than 20% of the population. However, we can say China is a multinational country. Myanmar bordering with China. So and in Myanmar there is a civil war, and the civil war had occurred in 1948. And in China and Myanmar, in the border areas, there are some cross-border minorities or cross-border nation communities living over there. For example, the Jinpo in China, we call it Jinpo, and in Myanmar, the people call them Kachin, but actually they are the same Kachin. They are the same national community. When the civil war happened, and the Kachin people in Myanmar fight against the Myanmar government, However, at the same time, many Jinpo people cross border to join the Kachin army and fight with their, their fellow and against the Burmese government. That is one. Okay. At the same time, because the Chinese government would like to control the border area, and the Chinese government also know there are many Jinpo people cross border to join the Kachin army. So the way to control border area is not to simply use the state's policy to have a hard control. Otherwise, the Chinese government, according to one young scholar who is Jinpo and now ตรงนี้เขาทำงานที่ไหนที่มาฮิดุน one Chinese girl, Jinpo girl, she is now a visiting fellow in Mahidol. Yeah, and according to her research findings, at the border areas, the Chinese government encourage the minorities from Myanmar to study in the school at China. And when they cross border, come to China, study in the school, and they got the same profits like other national minorities in China. So, for example, we can have better chance to access to the secondary school, the good secondary school. You can have the extra score, something like this. However, when they cross border to China to study in China, that is the school in China. So every textbooks, every curriculum are designed to educate the people into the Chinese national. So when the national minority, Burmese national minority cross borders and study in China, they are educated into Chinese national. When this process, when this policy is successful, that means one day the Chinese government will not need to worry in their country. The cross-border minority will cross the border into Myanmar and join the armed force and fight against the government, Myanmar government, and the Myanmar government will, they don't need to worry about the Myanmar government will complain, all your people cross border and join our armed force and join the insurgent group. So that is one way. And in Thailand, that is different. In Thailand, that's very different because according to, well, I'm in Taiwan, so I think that's okay. If we say something about the royal family or the policy.
LM, right?
Okay. According to the Thai policy, according to the Thai government, the minority living in northern Thailand were called Hill tribe people. And those Hill tribe people used to be identified as Kunba or Kunba, I don't know how to pronounce. The meaning is wild people. And those wild people, in a duration, are thought as non-citizen. They live in Thailand, but they are non-citizen, right? So, however, they live in Thailand and they consume the natural resources, and also the Thai government worried that those Kunba will work with communists and result in the disability in the border area. So the Thai government eventually needs to incorporate these Hill tribe people into the mainstream society and try to to educate them into the real Thai national. The way is the Thai government sent some monks to the northern area to preach the Buddhism and send the teacher to the Hill tribe area and teach them how to behave like a real Thai, something like this. But the border areas, it is not such simple. Myanmar is in civil war, so some people cross the border and come to Thailand, and maybe they study in the Thai school and they are educated in the Thai national as well. However, there are refugee camps at the Thai Burma areas, and those refugee camps, inside those refugee camps, there are schools as well. And if I am from Korean tribe, I might send my children to study in refugee camp because in my tribe, in my village, those Thai teachers come here, teach 1 year or a couple of months, they just leave. They don't want to, they don't have the passion, they don't have the will to teach in such a dire, living conditions. So the parents might send their children to refugee camp and study in refugee camp. And in the refugee camp, all the curriculum and textbooks are written or designed according to the Korean National Union's policy. Korean National Union is the armed group from Myanmar. So you can see, I am supposed to be a Thai national, but my parents sent me to study in refugee camp. And I learned from the KNU ideology. And step by step, I will be educated into Korean, and I will work with other Korean refugees, and I will identify with other Korean refugees, I mean the Burmese Korean, and to pursue the current state in Myanmar. And they even come back to criticize the Thai government. How you don't respect the human rights. You exploit our people. I don't want to be the Thai Karen. I am not Thai Karen actually, because I am educated in Korean refugees and learn everything from the KNU. So I am actually a Karen. And this Karen is different from that Karen. That Karen is Thai Karen.
Yeah.
And we are the Karen, the real Karen. Real Karen should live in our current state. And those Thai Karen is Karen, but that is not the Karen we define. So you can see, that depends. The situation is very complicated.
Yeah.
But that is the real life and the real situation at the border area.
So this is your doctoral dissertation, the Korean, no?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Korean refugees.
That's interesting. I would like to read it.
Yeah.
Maybe I add some point, like for the Hill tribe, when the Thai government offered them the ID card, and that how to control those group of people.
Yeah.
They can revoke the ID card anytime, because this happened in Maeon in Chiang Mai. There is one ethnicity that is they already got the ID card from the Thai government, but later there is some problem. They think that there is the problem of the national security, and the Thai government revoke all the identification card for that ethnicity. That is how the Thai government try to control. Because they're still not sure, even they try to, the people think that, okay, they try to integrate those group of the people into the Thai society, but they are still some point that they want to control, and they're not sure about the national security. They also think about this one. But actually that is depending on who is heading the national security office. That is how is the ideology of that person. But sometimes if you're looking at the policy, it's quite relaxed, and migrant workers, that is, they are allowed to register for even the independent one, and the followers that they came with their families, and allow the family get the migrant worker card, or the people with they have the identification card as well, but different digit or different, like for the Thai people they begin with the 1, 3, 5, 6, and for the migrant worker they begin with 0. And the authority will know that who is the migrant worker, because actually we are the same face, right? Whether the Myanmar or the Thai or the Vietnamese or Cambodian or for Laos, but the authority try to take advantage to ask for money because they know from the identification card. If we give 0, non-Thai, they are the migrant worker, is we have to think that looking at that whether the identification card is also a discrimination by its digits as well.
In terms of ID card in Thailand, the ID card is also one way to control the border areas. I don't know how about now. When I was doing my research at the border areas, I realized in Thailand there are four colors of ID cards: green, white, and I forgot another color, but another one is pink. And the pink ID card only the pink ID card issued to the Hill tribe people and also or those people who were born in Thailand. The critical thing is if you hold the pink ID card, you are not doesn't mean you are the citizen. Because you hold a pink ID card, that means you can stay in your village or in the town, but you cannot leave your village or town without informing the police. If you leave your village or town without informing the local authorities and you go to another town, if you were caught by the police, well, you'll be fine.
Is it Thai or
Is it
Myanmar?
Thai.
Do
In
you
Thailand.
have different? I know in Myanmar they have different ID card with different colors.
Well, according to history, there are many colors of ID cards. Special ID: white, pink, yellow, green card, white card with green frame, or anything. Many kinds.
Yes,
So that means
more than
different citizens.
more than I think